The line, here's your case, winds it up, scores! Oh my!
Here's a chance for Bradley, scores!
Ryan Spence weaving his way in, here's Spence, scores! And we welcome you to the Owens Center here in Peoria, Illinois, as we get ready for some ACHA Division II hockey. Tonight, the Bradley Braves open up their final homestand of the semester as they host the SIUE Cougars here on Epilepsy Awareness Night. Alongside Mitch Kaminski, I'm Matt Harrington. Mitch, good to be back at the Owens Center again, and we'll take a little bit of a look at both of these teams. And for these visiting SIUE Cougars, they're off to a 2-4 start on the year. They do have a couple of good wins on the resume against the Illinois State Redbirds and the Maryville Saints, who are second and third right now in the MACA standings. So they have gotten them wins against some good teams.
Yeah, exactly. They're raising their level of play to the competition, so that 2-4 record is a little deceiving. This team is very talented, and they're also under a whole new coaching staff. So obviously that shake things up after not playing last year due to COVID. Now you got a new coaching staff, so a lot of adjustments for this Cougars team, but they seem to be handling it okay to this point. As for the Braves, they split with Aurora last weekend. They snapped a 3-game losing streak, which was the longest losing streak of the season up to that point, and Zach Pierce had a goal and an assist in the win.
He did indeed. Tommy Davis also completing that for Bradley. And now we'll take this time to look at the keys to the game. Mitch, what do you have for us?
Well, for SIUE, you got to silence the Friday night crowd. Traditionally speaking, this has been a tough building to play in, especially on Friday nights. Hasn't so much this year for the Braves. They're trying to correct that, but you can assure the Owens Center crowd will be loud, so you got to get them out early and then play a hard, simple style of game. I mean, sometimes you got to stick to the fundamentals, get shots on the net, make sure you're blocking those shooting legs. Just keep it simple, and that's usually the key to win on the road. As for Bradley, win the first period. That is the only period this year they have not outscored their opponent. So they're trying to correct that here and then keep their emotions in check. Last weekend, things kind of got out of hand. You know, the tempers got the best of some of these the players and the bench as well. So keep their emotions in check, and they should come out on top in this one.
Absolutely. We will see if Bradley can come out on top. Again, this is the final 2 home games of the semester for the Braves before they are on the road for the last 2 weeks of the season in the semester. But again, Bradley and SIUE coming up here in just a little bit. We're going to pause for the starting lineups in the national anthem, which will happen in just a moment. And when we come back, we'll go over the starting goaltenders and get ready for Bradley and SIUE here on the Bradley Hockey Network. We'll be back in about 5 minutes for Puck Drop.
Owens Center for Epilepsy Awareness Night. tonight's D2 matchup between the visiting SIUE Cougars and your Bradley Braves. Let's meet the starting lineups. First, for the visiting Cougars. In goal, number 30, Brendan Rash. At defense, number 2, Blake Smith. At defense, number 4, Simon Maxfield. At forward, number 91, Daniel Verhaar. At forward, number 44, Elijah DeFawcett. And finally, at forward, number 17, Brendan Somner. And now, let's meet the starting lineups for your Bradley Braves. In goal, number 41, Devin Schneider. At defense, number 8, Sam Lucchese. At defense, number 25, Zach Melbaum. At forward, number 36, Nick Sorrentino. At forward, number 32, Jack Flood. And finally, at forward, number 73, David Tuttle. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your caps for the playing of the national anthem.
At the Owens Center in Peoria, just about ready to go between the D2 Braves and the D2 Cougars. And we'll take this time now to look at the starting goaltenders for tonight's game. First, for the visiting SIUE Cougars, who are going to go with Brendan Rash tonight in goal, number 30 for Rash. And then for the Bradley Braves, Mitch, they're going to go back to Devin Schneider, who got the win on Saturday of last weekend against the Aurora Spartans. Usually we don't see goalies in back-to-back games, even if it's a break in between weekends. I think Devin Schneider has certainly earned the right to start here tonight.
Yeah, you know, he's had problems with injuries in the past, but when he's been on the ice, he has been solid. So, you know, ride the hot hand, as they say. And obviously, I think with the break in between games, the back-to-back isn't as much of a factor. It'd be a bigger surprise if he was playing again tomorrow, but ride the hot hand. He's earned it here for this Friday night tilt.
So not to be confused with the colors on your score bug up top there, that is SIUE in the red. And Bradley will be wearing their home whites as they typically do. They'll move from left to right, SIUE moving from right to left here at the Owens Center tonight as we are officially underway for puck drop on Epilepsy Awareness Night. As David Tuttle will quickly get a whistle to start things off here for the Braves. Again, Epilepsy Awareness Night here at the Owens Center. This is, I believe, the second or third time that Bradley Hockey has put on Epilepsy Awareness Night. Of course, one of the Division II goalies, Joshua Sule, has epilepsy, and this is a very special night for him and the rest of the Bradley team. Tuttle, a quick shot off the mask of Rash to start. A good looking opportunity for your first shot of the game.
Rash has to keep his head on a swivel. He got one that springboarded off the boards and then took one off the cage, so fast start, I guess, for him.
Down low it goes. Now back up to the point as SIUE will throw this one wide of the goaltender Devin Schneider. A chance out in front is handled nicely by Sam Lucchese, who will try and push it out of the zone and does. And back to get it are the Cougars as they try and change things up here early on in the first period. Pass picked off and now moved up ahead. Here is Pierce, number 97. Great game last Saturday. Throws it toward the front. Davis trying to find it. That puck's loose as Bryant will escort it to the corner. Working there for Bradley is Lucchese, trying to go back out front for Sam Bryant as he'll move it down low. Now back behind the net, a chance in front for Shack, and bump back up top. Schmidt loads it up, deflects in front, and just wide as Tommy Shack nearly made it 1-0. Big hit laid by Shack there as the puck comes out to the neutral zone. And we'll get an offside call here as Bradley gets their first 3 shots of the game already, just a minute and a half in or so.
Well, Bradley's been really aggressive with the forecheck. Whoever has the puck for SIUE, they are being harassed constantly, putting a lot of pressure on these forwards to try and get out of the zone. We saw them force a couple turnovers there and create a couple A+ scoring opportunities.
Good chances indeed, including one that went right off the mask of Brendan Rash. Face off in the neutral zone here for both of these teams as Bradley will get it back and look to move it up ahead for Cam Etchison. Leading goal scorer with 12. Nice pass on the outside and a better save by Rash as he's getting tested early and often here, Mitch.
Hey, throw pucks on net, see what happens. Make sure they're awake for this Friday night one. Long week sometimes to come out a little lackadaisical, so he's been up to the task so far in this one.
Off the draw. Bishop trying to win it there for Bradley. And a quick outlet pass. Here they come. Here's Schreiber, and he's slowed down on a nice back check there by the Braves. And here they come the other way. Seth Bishop going for Cooney in the corner, but that one missed the tape. Trevor Cooney trying to settle it down here for the Braves, and he'll move it up the wall. SIUE able to push it out. Corey Kohut will sling this one in back behind the SIUE goal and into the hands of Josh O'Leary, number 77, the defenseman for the Cougars. Out they come. Simon forced to flip it up and forced right back out by the Braves. Will come back in as it's collected in by Zach Pierce. Here is the speedy Zach Pierce moving his way on the left side. Pierce trying to flip it around the defense, and he'll take it into the corner as it's shoved the other way. Chopped up the wall. That'll escape the reach of Melbon, and this will be no icing here as the official waves it off. Sam Lucchese back to track it down as it's thrown out of the zone. Cougars and Braves, first of 2 meetings this weekend between these two teams. We'll go at it again tomorrow afternoon. Meanwhile, we have an icing here back down to Cougar territory with 17:15 to go in the first period.
You know, you go back to that first shot that Rash took off the cage there. You have to wonder how these nut jobs back in the day were able to play with no helmets.
That is a good
that
point.
Would be terrifying.
It would be. Makes you wonder how it went on for so long, too. It wasn't until the 70s that the mask became standard in the NHL.
The legendary Glenn Hall used to throw up in a bucket before every game, and you can see why when you got hard rubber flying at you at that speed.
That's the official term is vulcanized rubber on the puck, so there you go. Back down to SIUE territory here. Shots are 4-0 in favor of these Bradley Braves. Hard to believe it's already the final Friday home game of the semester for Bradley.
Time flies when you're having fun.
It sure does. Here's Tuttle now with it. Gave it right away to the Cougars as they charge out ahead. Flipped in deep by Purabat, who will leave it and come off the ice for a change. Bryant will start the charge. Rifles one off the glass. That goes off a Tuttle stick as well, who will also come for a change. Sorrentino getting the forecheck going here for the Braves. Now big hit near our ice mic as you hear the sounds of the game right there. Shack trying to pick up that loose puck and does. He'll scoop it wide of the net, looking for Jack Flood, who's also on the forecheck for the Braves. Shack laying the body hard tonight. Now another hit is thrown as it's fired deep into the zone by DeFawcett as the Cougars will try and pick it up. Bryant right there. 16:10 to go in the first. No score between these two Maca Gold rivals. In-state action here tonight in Peoria. Up the boards. And now out front as that's poked free nicely by the Bradley defense. Shack out of gas, but trying to get back on the forecheck.
I was going to say, you can tell he's near the end of his shift there because opportunity to maybe springboard for a breakaway if he wanted to there, but just couldn't find the accelerator.
Davis muffed that pass as he'll have to go back into the neutral zone. Kullerberg looking for an open lane as he elects to go back to his defense. Picked off nicely by Coat, who is a delayed offsides there, so we'll have to tag up, and moved up ahead. Here's Terrence Pirabat trying to gather it there as Crane will beat him to it. Now Coat on for Bradley, leading the team in assists entering play today. As here's Davis quickly along the left side as he's taken down, no call, will keep playing on. Here's Coat, bounces it off the glass and back down low. Pierce trying to go for Etchison, who got tangled up. Now the Cougars move it out of the zone. Good hip check thrown as well, though, by the Braves to slow that down. Now Pirabat hands it off. A quick shot is blocked from the big body of Josh Crandall, but we're going to have our first penalty of the game, and I believe that this is on Bradley, and I also believe that this was back in the zone when the hip check attempt was thrown, and I think the referees are going to get him for tripping here, Mitch.
You are right. Yep, he got him back in the zone, so kind of a break for SIUE. The Cougars have been really outplayed up to this point, yet to have a shot on goal, and well, that's a great way to kill momentum is with a penalty early.
Yeah, they have been on their toes, no doubt, here through the first handful of minutes. Here's a shorthanded chance for Andrew Spence. Here's Spence, and that one deflects out of play. Good job by Chris Wagner, number 27, to get back. He's one of the alternate captains on the team, and you see why right there.
Just a bit high on that one. That was a nice play by Wagner, though, because that could have been a disaster had he blown past him right there.
Yeah,
talking about flipping momentum right back, you immediately get the power play, give up a short-handed goal, so that's a big play by the assistant captain.
Big play indeed, as SIUE will get ready to go here on this power play. 1:38 to go on it. So Bradley has already killed off a good chunk of that as Andrew Spence continuing to hustle hard here tonight. Will be handled back below the goal line by Watson, who will find his man Mark Tucker, and up the zone they come. Good speed as they motor into the zone. That's Tucker knocked off the puck. Out to get it on the left wing side is Watson. Watson has it in the wickets and moves it along the left side. Cougars getting set up here for the first time on power play number 1. That's through the stick there of, looked like Jacob Schreiber. And so they'll come out and leave it here. Goaltender will. 54 to go on the power play for SIUE. Nick Sorrentino, the lone forechecker right now for Bradley. Out come the Cougars at neutral ice as they play it to McAtee. Hit hard along the boards by Sorrentino. Bryant racing back to get it as well as it's flung off the wall, kept in. Long shot from the point, right on for Schneider. Loose puck, and it's just thrown wide as the net comes off. But the first shot of the game for the Cougars is a big one. It looked like Kyle Kullerberg in front of the net there.
And I believe you're right. And he had on it, Verhar also on the rebound, had an opportunity, just couldn't get it elevated over the right pad there. But there was space. He was in tight, so it's a tough shot. But and again, a little bit more on that. We're looking at a 1-0 game.
27 to go on the Bradley power play, or excuse me, the Bradley penalty kill, as the Cougars come right back into the zone. Thrown in deep there by Daniel Verhar. They'll send it back up to the point. Trying to connect down low. Bryant's been on those loose pucks all game long so far, even though it's only been about 7 minutes. He's been looking good tonight for the Braves. Time winding down, so Bradley able to kill off the first penalty of the game as Coat comes back on the ice. Chance in front, sticked away by Schneider. Bishop lunging to try and get it out here. And he's finally able to do so, but this should be an icing because that penalty is over. So we'll have a face-off back down in Bradley territory.
Well, along with the forecheck that we mentioned early, Bradley's doing a really nice job finishing their checks. They're playing a very physical game, laying the hammer down in the corner. We saw another one right in front of the Bradley bench. And I'll tell you, that wears on you as a player throughout the game because you go into the corner, you're hesitant to hang in there and make a play because you remember getting your bell rung earlier in the first period. So that can pay dividends down the road.
Definitely. We have seen all season long, really, especially on the Friday games, you get those fans, that extra added atmosphere. Really a big help to these Bradley Braves. But as you were mentioning, not the record they were hoping for Friday home games this year. They are 1-2. Only win came against McKendree back on October 1st. That was a 9-0 win for the Braves. Trying to change the fortunes here. Davis streaking in. trying to get it towards the front of the net. As it's rung up the wall, Tommy Shack has to regroup at neutral ice. Now Crandall will bank this one off the glass and takes a hard hit from Miller. Now Pierce, Shack, you mentioned it, physicality really ramping up here for both of these teams. Kohut scrambles back to get it here, and a bad turnover as it's flipped right in by Bryce Simon, another one of their alternate captains here for the Cougars. That one goes too far, and we'll have an icing once again against Bradley. Been a little bit of a problem here the past couple minutes.
Yeah, they had Shaq open on the stretch pass there, just let him a bit too much, and that cost them the icing. So they have to tighten things up, I guess, the passing part. Both of these teams, though, a little bit sloppy with the passing. SIUE has had a couple opportunities where they just couldn't get a good first touch on it, or the pass has just been a little bit too hard off the stick. It's cost them a couple chances.
Down low it goes into the corner. Hard to see with all those students down there as Davis able to fling it up the wall here for Zach Pierce. Now Pierce up ahead, just hopped off the stick of Shack. Could have been in on a break if he handled that one.
Nothing you can do there. That's a brutal hop.
Now Cooney in on the forecheck as well for the Braves. And struggling to get it up the wall here is Mark Tucker. Finally able to force it out as it ricochets off the stick of Schreiber. And back down low to get it is the freshman Melbon. Avoids the brunt of that hit as Bradley tries to force it out. Cooney working there as he gets tangled up. Those two, Cooney and Somner, working for their respective teams. Airmailed out through neutral ice as the Braves jump on it right again. That'll come free towards the SIUE bench. Lucchese digs it out and finds the stick of Etchison, who turns it over but gets it right back. Etchison again tied for the team lead in goals right now and had one in the Friday loss against Aurora last weekend. Now Bradley able to force it out, and here they come into the zone. Cooney in the slot trying to pass it over for Bishop. Better stick work though by the Cougars defense as Etchison lays the body. This one's going to roll to Schneider, and he'll wisely hang on here with 10:37 to go in the first period of play.
Well, Bradley got off to that fast start. After that penalty, though, the pace of play is kind of slowed for them a bit, especially with the offensive end. Still a very physical game right now, but they were buzzing to start the game, and they kind of slowed down just a bit since then.
Yeah, SIUE is definitely taking advantage of that time. Big shot in front, they score! Right in front of Schneider. Looks like it got redirected, and the Cougars strike first. It's 1-0.
Well, redirection goal, that's what it looked like.
We're going to get the official scoring on it here in a minute. Now, the referees are talking in the corner because Schneider looked like he might have been interfered with. No goal is the call. And I believe this is going to be for goalie interference in front of Devin Schneider. And that is a huge break for the Bradley Braves. And you saw those two get together right away and talk things out. That's exactly how it should be done by the officials. And that's how this game is going to start, is that goal waved off for SIUE.
Well, Bryant immediately went over to the official to say something, and sure enough, they went and had a conference about it. This Cougar bench is hot right now.
Yeah, tough break for the Cougars.
And it looks like they just got assessed a bench minor.
They did. That must have been on head coach Tyler Albrecht. It looks like it's going to be served by number 92, Cole Quatlander.
Boy, adding insult to injury, you don't get the goal, and then you get a penalty on top of that. Huge turning point in this one, possibly. Hey, he's still getting his money's worth here.
Well, you got to be careful here if you're the SIUE coaching staff. I think one of the assistants might have just been thrown out of the game. Yes. And I'm not sure who that is. That's head coach Tyler Albrecht that's still talking with the officials right now. And he's going to stay in the game, but you got to be careful here if you're SIUE, because you really don't want to add any more penalties than you've already taken.
No, especially after you just got a goal nullified. That could be a real deflator, and all of a sudden you have a 5-on-3 you got to deal with.
So power play for the Braves. They went 1 for 9 last weekend on the power play. Deflects in front. Good save and covered up as Spence takes a beating in front of the net.
Well, that's what you got to do. Get in front of the net. It's a price you have to pay sometimes, but a good opportunity. Spence is in a good area there. Just couldn't get enough on that redirect. Nice save by Rash, but good job, Spence, getting to the front of the net.
Referees denying a goal just a minutes ago for SIUE, as I believe it was called for goalie interference. And in the process, Bradley picks up a power play because of the bench minor for unsportsmanlike against one of the SIUE assistant coaches.
He's still prowling around the corner there.
Now Cooney, big hit thrown as he lost the stick.
2 minutes for a bench minor. Time of the penalty, 10:27.
Pierce taking it back and bumps it back to Coat. And now Cooney just deflected wide. And now Bradley takes it in the corner. Here's Bryant. Works it back up to the point for Pierce. Back over to Bryant. Across! Cooney just sends it wide. He had an open net, but just off the heel of the stick, and that will go all the way back down.
Wide open cage and just a bit of a quick trigger there. That's always frustrating, but those one-timers are a lot harder than it looked, but man.
Davis with speed into the zone. Tommy Davis, the sophomore, taking it all the way back to the point for Shack. Davis settles in on the right hash. Back to Shack, shoots, patted away. Puck still loose in front. Pierce digging. In there is Etchison as well, who gets taken down through the wickets of Davis on the right side. Now Davis will fling it back. On edge, a shot is blocked. Scooped up by Pierce, who's got possession of it for the Braves. 32 to go on the Bradley power play here, their first of the game. Here's Pierce, sends it over. Shack fans on it, takes a man down. That's going to be an interference against Tommy Shack, and a tough penalty to take. That's just one that could have been avoided. Actually, they're going to get him for roughing. It could have called him for either, but not a good penalty there.
Roughing, I can see. Interference, he was still kind of trying to play the puck, so I think roughing is the right call there. But good sequence for the Braves, obviously, before that penalty, but set up by Tommy Davis entering the zone. Really no resistance whatsoever, using his speed to get in and set up shop for the Braves. If you're the Cougars, especially on the power play, you got to give them a little bit more resistance in the neutral zone or something, because that's way too easy for Bradley to set up their offense. Davis went flying by him.
4-on-4 for 19 seconds, and then SIUE will have a power play for 1:41. Back to the point they go. Loaded up and blocked loose. Schneider makes the save. That puck is still loose in the slot as it's dug out. Turnaround try is blocked by the Braves in front. That was Mark Tucker waiting at the doorstep, but couldn't bury it. Now Lucchese flings it in on goal, blockered away, forced up out of the zone. This will not be an icing because SIUE is now on the power play for the next 1:30 seconds. Big hit thrown in the corner. Up to the line it comes. Maxfield holds it. Here's Maxfield. That's blocked by the body of Melbon and now sent over to the right side. Cougars setting up shop here on their second power play chance, 0 for 1 on the day. Maxfield looks for a lane, slides it across. Spence working there for Bradley, able to chop it all the way down as it will go off the glass. And a broken stick out on the ice near Schneider as he'll fling it toward the corner back behind the play. 55 to go on the Cougars power play. This is Culleberg flinging it up ahead for Maxfield, and now Bishop had his pocket picked. Cougars come charging the other way. Odd man rush into the zone. Here's DeFawcett. Big hit thrown by Kohut behind the play. Crandall. And now Crandall gets a hold of it and sends it down the ice. 29 to go on the power play for the Cougars as they go back into their own zone. Rowe finds his man. Here they come out through center. McAtee trying to dance his way through the slot. Met by Crandall. Will soar this one off the boards. Good job here by Sorrentino on the forecheck, and now he's got a break with Bishop. That shot deflects off the glass and all the way around to the near side boards where it's played by Daniel Verhar. So Bradley able to kill off another penalty here as we're back to even strength. Sorry, go ahead, Mitch.
Props to Nick Sorrentino right there, putting in a lot of great stick work. His forecheck was tremendous, had a couple nice breakups on that one. So props to him on killing off that penalty.
He's a guy who's really stepped up his game the last handful of contests or so. Tuttle down low. In front, here's Flood. Bad save. Rebounds loose, clear to the line. Bryant, another shot goes wide of the mark. It's Davis right on it here for Bradley. Here's Tommy Davis looking for a lane. That goes off a skate. Bounces right into the hands of Schmidt. They'll send it down low for Davis. Looking for an option down there as it's flung up to the wall again, but not out. Cougars having a hard time getting it out of the zone here as they finally do. Now Tommy Shack finds his former high school teammate Davis. In front, pad save by the goaltender Rash, who makes another stop. Now Miller charges out ahead, 3-on-2 for the Cougars. Actually now 2-on-2 into the zone. Here's Watson behind the net. Look out, Schneider didn't know where it was for a minute. Backhand in front, it's loose and taken to the corner. Great save by Schneider as he pokes it away again there. Maybe one of the better chances for the Cougars in this period as Shack has to go and retrieve it here for the Braves. Sends it across in front, glove save by Rash. What a stop, his best of the night so far. Cleared up ahead and here come the Cougars. The pace dramatically picked up now. Here's Pirabat into the zone. He'll slow it down as he takes a big crushing hit along the wall. That one's cleared down the ice. So you can tell Bradley need to get some changes, and they do. Cooney can't keep it. Swiveled right back in as the Cougars take possession. 4:48 to go in this first period. No score after a Cougar goal was waved off earlier this period. SIUE with it now. A chance in front, poked away. Still trying to hack at it here is Cooney. Now Etchison can't get it out as Pirabat spins away. Kohut gets it in the slot. He'll take it to the corner as it's gathered in by Braden Rowe at center ice. He'll send it deep. Kohut chases it down for Bradley. Up ahead, good plays there by Bishop to get it around. Cooney into the bench and out of play. We finally get a chance to catch our breaths a little bit here, Mitch. Lots of action here.
Yeah, fast pace. Well, I almost jinxed it. I was saying the pace of play had slowed down a little bit. They took that personally, and both sides, some excellent opportunities. Rash with a huge glove save on the breakaway. What a pass from Shack to even set up that chance, and then Rash had to spoil the occasion with a nice glove save, lashing the leather there.
Big hit thrown by Spence back behind the cage, and that goes into the hands of Spence again as he'll send it down low for Zach Pierce. He'll take the body in the corner and try to play it here for the Braves. Back to the line, Schmidt leaves it for Andrew Spence, the freshman and brother of Ryan Spence. That one deflects off of Pierce, patted away by Rash as Spence tries to get it free, and a penalty coming up. Back official's got his arm up, and delayed penalty coming against the Cougars. Spence in front to his brother Andrew Spence. Denied with the glove, and Bradley's going to go on the power play for the second time tonight as SIUE will go off for a trip.
Yeah, you know, good move if you're a lumberjack, not so much as a defenseman right there. Pretty obvious trip. Doesn't get much easier than that, right in front of the ref too, so they'll get penalized for it here.
I was looking at that front official, and I was like, is he going to call it? And then I
saw you threw your hands up there. Yeah.
That's about as obvious as it gets, so minor penalty to SIUE. They do not have a player in the box right now. So we'll get that squared away. Believe that's going to be Elijah DeFawcett that will sit for two.
Tried to pull a fast one. Weasel his way back to the bench, but
referee said you can run, but you can't hide.
Crime doesn't always pay.
So power play again for the Braves. Their second of the game, 0 for 1 on the night. As they'll go down low here for Tommy Davis, who will force it into the corner for Bradley. Here's Bishop pulling it out, shoots it on a tough angle. And Lucchese gets it instead and rings it around to the other side. This is that top unit out right now for the Bradley PP. Back to the line, Shack finds it. Davis in the slot, hops off the stick of Etchison and rolls to Lucchese, who sends it around for Davis. Here's Davis again for the Braves. Pushes it back down low. In front, trying to go for Etchison. Broken up nicely by the Cougars defense. They were ready in front of the slot there.
Yeah, Corey Sperry with the nifty stick work in front. And You can see the Braves trying to set up that guy in the slot right a couple times, but Sperry was ready for it.
Braves force it out. This is going to be offside. With 1:06 to go on the Bradley power play, again, their second of the game. It's an area that has fallen off a little bit from the hot start that they had to the season. They were hovering around the 25%, 26%, which is very good. Dropped a little bit, down to 20.8 entering tonight. So it's an area that was practiced a lot in practice this week as well. So we'll see if it pays off for the Braves tonight. Now Pierce, blind pass for Cooney, gets it back. Pierce, tough angle over the top. And it will go down the length of the ice as Coat has to stride his way back for the Braves. 45 to go on the power play here for Bradley. Shove it up ahead, and here they come towards center. Offside again. Looks like the one official had his arms up for it's good, and the other said, no, it's not.
Yeah, well, going back to the power play for the Braves here, listen, if you listen to my incoherent ramblings, you can tell why I'm not a head coach of a hockey team, but I've always found, Bradley likes to set up with that guy behind the net down there. I've always found as a defenseman, he can't score from there. All you have to do is defend the middle. Makes it a little bit easier. Obviously they're trying to set up the guy in the slot, but it's a lot easier to defend when you know you have one guy that cannot score from that angle.
You might as well try that angle, but does not have a very high success rate.
And I know why they're doing it. Obviously, you're trying to set other stuff up, but yeah, it's having the guy positioned down there. I was never a fan.
That's batted down with a high stick, so we're gonna have a face-off here in Bradley territory, and so that will not make it easy for the final 20 seconds of the power play.
No, now you gotta go down the other end and set up shop. So you almost just. At this point, just win the face-off so you don't give up the shorty. But uphill sled if you want to raise that power point average at this point.
Face-off to the left of Schneider as SIUE wins it back. A quick shot and broken stick for Chris Wagner. Look out, almost a dangerous shot in front. And that went from a broken stick to nearly in the back of the net there for the Cougars. 5 to go on the Bradley power plays. They'll race up ahead for one last chance. Melbon into the zone. Here is Zach Melbon trying to go for Tuttle, who will take it here. Here's David Tuttle in front looking for Pierce off his skate. And now Lucas. Taken down low. Here is Jack Flood in front. Big windup from Lucas, and that goes wide. Flood working in there again, trying to force that puck free for Pierce. Pierce from a tough angle, denied by the goaltender Rash. Bradley trying to get one here as it bounces off the skate and cleared down by the Cougars. This will be an icing with 1 minute to go in the period.
Another good sequence right there for the Braves. I like how they keep getting people driving towards the net, which is what you want, and their forecheck's been very impressive so far in this one.
Yeah, we'll see if that kind of forecheck can continue. 13-9 the shots right now for Bradley.
It's tough as the game wears along. Obviously, your legs aren't as fresh near the second and third periods, but they can keep up this intensity. It's going to be a long weekend for SIUE because that constant pressure, it forces you to make some mistakes.
Off the face-off. 1 minute to go now in the first period. SIUE again having a goal denied earlier in this period. After it was initially called a goal on the ice, referees got together and said no goal, I believe, because of a goaltender interference. Icing here against the Cougars, back down to their end with 40.1 seconds to go in the first period.
Well, still plenty of time for Bradley to get the late goal, and you find that giving up a goal right before you get into the locker room is very deflating, and then you got to listen to the coach give you an earful right beforehand. So this would be a big momentum swing for the Braves if they can find a way to tack one on before this period ends.
Bishop trying to whack at it here in the face-off circle. Out front, denied by Rash as Kohut had that one come right on the stick. Now the Cougars trying to get one last push in this period. That's thwarted by the Braves as Crandall's right on that loose puck. He'll flip it in deep. Hustling after it is O'Leary for SIUE. Flung up the wall, kept in by Kohut. Rolling around, Cooney shoots, and that's wide of the goaltender Rash. Bishop gets a stick on it, And now Bradley able to force it back in. 7 seconds to go. Etchison shot off the crossbar, or the post rather, I believe. Knuckleballer in on goal is held. Boy, Rash has been under fire here the last handful of seconds.
Yeah, and he's so tall, and like most Rash, is big, red, and annoying here for the Braves especially, because he's made a couple huge stops to keep his team in it.
Oh, Mitch, I knew I could count on you for those fun jokes all night long. This is why I love calling games with you. 0.4 on the clock here. So not really enough time to get a shot off, but who knows? Cooney will take the draw here for the Braves.
Stranger things have happened.
That's true. I've seen a lot of weird things here at the Owens Center on a Friday night. I don't know if they're trying to get more time on the clock here or what, but we're waiting a little bit. And, oh, they're trying to get the assistant coach for SIUE, who was ejected earlier in the period, completely out of the picture.
Yeah.
He was hanging around on the glass.
He was around there earlier, yep.
So they said, we don't want to see you anymore, and that's how this first period is going to end, a scoreless period. But Bradley catches a break after an SIUE goal was denied, and they dominated the shots on goal. Maybe not dominated, but they do lead 15-9 in that category.
It felt like they dominated because for the majority of the game, it was on their end, and they seemed to have the higher quality of opportunities. Rash did, like we mentioned earlier, done a really nice job keeping his team in this one. So here the Braves stick the course. I mean, they're close. They're knocking on the door, so only a matter of time.
All right, we'll go down to Courtney White, who is ice side. Courtney?
Well-fought period for Bradley. They've had some great offensive possession, some great defense. Devin Schneider's making some great saves and goal. Next period, I do think they need to do a little bit better on connecting passes in the offensive zone. They need to limit those defensive transitions that SIUE has been having. They need to take more shots and just hope one goes in for them. But they've had a really great period so far. Now back up to you guys.
All right, thank you, Courtney. Appreciate that. And one thing she mentioned was the transition game for SIUE, which has been good. We're starting to see that speed come to life, especially in the neutral zone, and that's got to be a good sign for head coach Tyler Albrecht.
Yeah, it's promising. If I was him, I think I'd be a little bit concerned offensively, because even when they are getting some good opportunities, they seem to be having problems handling the puck, whether it's a bad touch off the pass or just not being able to pull the trigger. They've had a couple shots where they just couldn't get enough mustard on it, quite frankly, in good position. So we will see what adjustments both these coaches make, and it should be, I mean, judging by the first period, a lot of action, very physical. I mean, we're in for a heck of a tilt here tonight.
We sure are, and keep in mind that the head coach for the SIUE Cougars, Tyler Albrecht, is going to be a lone wolf on the bench the rest of the game, as one of his assistants was thrown out for arguing that goal. So we'll see how he adjusts in period 2. But again, SIUE and Bradley scoreless after one here at the Owens Center, alongside our entire crew. Megan Ruger-Smith on camera, Courtney White down at ice level, and of course you, Mitch Kaminski, up here in the booth. I'm Matt Harrington. We'll be back for period number 2 in about 13 minutes. Welcome back to the Owens Center in Peoria. No score after one period of play between the SIUE Cougars and the Bradley Braves. I want to give a big shout out to a special somebody who is on board with us tonight. That is former Bradley hockey broadcast member Jack Simzik, who is tuned in tonight. So we appreciate Jack joining us here from afar, and obviously we hope he's doing well, and we miss him up here in the booth as well.
Yes, we do. I think the broadcast would be much better quality had they had him on, but you're stuck with us tonight.
Yeah, sorry, Jack, but appreciate you joining us, and wherever you may be tuning in, we do appreciate you joining us here in Peoria, Illinois. And it's going to be a very good second period, I would assume, between these two teams.
Well, Matt was doing some Big J journalism in between the break, went down, and we got the explanation for why the goal was disallowed earlier for SIUE. It was a kick goal, so not goalie interference like we first thought. They got the skate on it, and they called it a kick, much to the displeasure of the Cougar bench. But
so much so that the assistant coach has been thrown out of the game. So, as we mentioned, head coach Tyler Elbrecht is going to be by himself the rest of the way.
Fortunately for assistant, he's probably relegated to listening to us as well. So.
Yes, he's got to tune into the broadcast feed the rest of the way. Braves send it in deep. Tuttle and this line of Sorrentino, Tuttle, and Bishop that has stuck together for most of the year out there to start period number 2. Now Tuttle takes it behind the net as he gets shoved hard along the boards, trying to force his way back here. As the Braves, again, moving to the other side. We're going to have a delayed penalty coming up here against Bradley as it's flipped up. There you go. It hits the ceiling. Knew that was going to happen at some point today. And we get a stoppage as Bradley will go on the penalty kill for the third time tonight.
Yeah, I think you have to set the over-under on pucks hitting the rafters at about 1.5 per game. And we already got our first one here, but hazardous conditions here in the Owens Center.
That's right.
Puck shrapnel flying everywhere. Probably a chunk of dust to go along with it.
If they hit the lights up here are just so dusty. It's unbelievable.
You should see it's sickening, to be quite honest. But it's what gives the Owens Center its subtle charm. You wonder why people have such a hard time playing here. It's because of these conditions.
Shot deflects wide, chopped by Lucchese up to the line. Boarding the call for Nick Sorrentino, as he'll go off for 2. SIUE power play, third time tonight. Here they come across. The shot, the save by Devin Schneider. Up high, having to go upstairs to make that save on Watson. Cougars still with it. Watson up top for Wagner, back to Watson. Top of the circle, shoots, deflects, it's loose, and taken to the corner again by Schreiber. And now Watson, that tough angle shot on the right wing side, is going to skip its way out to neutral ice, as the Cougars will be regrouping here with 1:10 to go.
Well, Watson had the puck at the point, and the shooting lead just parted for him right there. Got to get a body in front and try and block that shot.
Here's Schreiber now with it as he goes for Watson. Bad pass is going to force the Cougars to come out to center ice here with 50 to go on their power play. This could be a big chance for the Cougars to get that official first goal. Now a diving play in front, and another penalty is going to be coming up here against the Braves. So goaltender Rash comes to the bench for the extra attacker. This time it's looks like maybe a hook here. I didn't really see the official's call.
Yeah, we'll have to wait for the explanation here. But a healthy 30 seconds left on this power play here too. That's a lot of time for a 5-on-3, especially if you can win this faceoff. Huge faceoff for both teams. We wait for the official call here.
It is hooking on Sam Lucchese. So as you mentioned, 5-on-3. Tough situation to be in here for Bradley for 33 seconds, and then they'll go back to 5-on-4 as they get Sorrentino back. So Bishop wins the draw on the 5-on-3. Crandall will sweep it up the wall, but a good racing play by Rowe to get there first. Rowe slides it across. Back to Rowe. Stutters a bit, and he'll still hold on to it here as he dishes it off. In front, and they score! Beautiful setup in front of the goal. It's Joe Watson putting it home, and SIUE, this one will count. It's 1-0.
Well, this play goes back to the hustle by Rowe to keep that puck in. Seth Mitch did a nice job winning the draw for the Braves. Looked like they were going to clear it out. Rowe came flying in to pinch, keep the play alive, and that sets up the goal. So big effort by him to keep it in the zone, and you got a 1-0 lead as a result.
22-63-25.
So they're actually giving the goal, looks like, to Braden Rowe. So he will get credit for the Cougar goal.
Rewarded for his own hustle play.
Yes,
right there.
absolutely. I'm not sure if Rowe maybe got a piece of it there in front of that, but if I'm not mistaken, it was Watson that took the
I
shot.
So I think Rowe had the assist on it, so they might have had that mixed up.
You're good. Don't stress.
Well,
He's getting anxious.
Well,
the guy calling the game.
We
It's a
will.
great look.
So referee's trying to get everything squared away with the folks down there in the box.
Which penalty had the longest time left?
So you're the official trying to get everything situated here.
So the first one was like 19.
I'll turn that down for a second, but we do have the ability to go back and, of course, look and see if it was the Watson that got the goal. Either way, he's going to end up with a point, but we'll see if he actually gets credit for it because they can go back and change it if necessary. We've got that film. Let's take a look. You and I are looking at it here, and I believe that is the correct call. It does look like Rowe does get a piece of it there in front of the net. So Braden Rowe striking first for SIUE, and again, that one counts. So it is 1-0 on the 5-on-3 goal for the Cougars. 1:40 to go, though. Still a lot of power play time as well for SIUE. So on the goal from Rowe, Cougars strike first. We'll see if they can keep it up here as they try to come across the line. They are offside. McAtee getting a assist on that goal as well. So just what SIUE needed.
And still a minute 30 here, so you can tack on potentially another goal on this power play, and all of a sudden you got a quick number on the board and a 2-0 lead. So if you're Bradley, you can't be shooting yourselves in the foot, especially early. You're coming off a good first period and disastrous start here in the penalty department.
Down low it goes. Now bump back up to the point as the Cougars get set up. Here's Culleberg. Goes it to the board. Spence loses a stick. Culleberg picks it up. Shoots. That deflects off a stick in front. I believe that's number 91, Daniel Verhar, who was ready to try and tip it, but it just deflects out of play.
Yeah, and I don't think Schneider saw that one all that well, so I'm fortunate that it was able to deflect out of play because that was an excellent look there for the Cougars, especially with sticks and traffic in front of the net.
Cougars with another offensive zone faceoff here. Watson trying to win it back as he's tangled up with Sorrentino, who will force it out of the zone and put on the wheels here on the forecheck. Sorrentino able to swing it over to the other side. Still 43 to go on that power play for the Cougars. They are 1 for 3 after scoring on that 5-on-3 opportunity. Now danced out of the zone by Watson. Back down it goes for Wagner, who will meet the speedy Seth Bishop in the corner. 22 to go. Cougars trying to set up shop again, but they're being slowed by the efforts of Bishop.
Yeah, these Braves forwards, and we talked about it in the first period, doing a nice job harassing the Cougars, on the forecheck, not letting them set up shop on the offensive end.
Forced ahead, Crandall working nicely there with Verhar. That's shoved down the ice.
They got numbers here too.
So back to full strength for the Braves as they kill off the back end of that 5-on-3, but again giving up the goal as well to make it 1-0. Down low it goes. Cougars take it behind the net. Shoved up the boards before it's picked off. Braves have it in the offensive end. In the slot, Davis can't quite get the grip around it there. Melbon pinching in to help out. Davis there with him, sticking with it. In front, here's Shack, and he just sent it wide. May have been deflected as well. Now Melbon waiting for it at the line. Big hit thrown. Cougars move out. Here they come across center. Rolls up near the scorer's table area. Sent down the length of the ice. And edging in there is O'Leary out front. Off a stick, a turnaround try blocked by Pierce. We'll move up with Shack. Odd man rush. Trying to leave it for Davis. And he'll have to go back in the defensive end to scoop it up for Bradley. That'll bounce. Pierce, no icing, beats it out. Good play by Zach Pierce. Now Pierce tangled up in the corner with O'Leary as he's pinned up along the boards. Pierce trying to jam it home there at the front as he takes a extra shove with 14:42 to go in the second.
Well, I don't think initially Rash knew that was on his pad. They banked it off there, and he was just kind of sitting there. Braves, they were able to pounce on that. Probably couldn't gotten another stab at it, but fortunately for Rash, able to locate it last second and cover.
He's been having a great game so far for these SIUE Cougars. He's stopped all 18 shots that he has faced so far tonight. Kept in just barely by Etchison, and it will be gloved and played by Rash. Wanted to cover it maybe, but instead throws it out.
No need to have a defensive zone draw if you don't have to, so might as well shell it out there.
Here's Bishop charging ahead now. Seth Bishop into the zone. Sends it across. In front. Goes wide. Cooney picks it up below the goal line. Bounces around off Etchison. Now Schmidt looking for Bryant, the other defenseman, who will head down to the corner here for Bradley as he's muscled up along the boards. Cooney and DeFawcett tussling there a bit too. Now over to the other side. Bodies being thrown all game long by these two teams. Verhar in there, scooped free by the Cougars. Trying to get it past Etchison, and they finally do. Now here's a 3-on-1 developing. Here's Somner, can't get around Crandall. And now sent in by Cullerberg on the delayed offsides for SIUE.
Forget Crandall couldn't get around Verhar. His own teammate was in his way there.
Atchison rolls to Pierce. He's got a chance. Here's Zach Pierce dangling his way in. It's loose, and it's covered by Brendan Rash. What a save, as Pierce couldn't get around the defense, but a teammate right there to help him out.
Good idea there by Pierce, trying to finesse his way in, and luckily for him, Atchison right place, right time to pick up the loose change and get a shot on goal.
19th shot of the game for Bradley, and all have been saved by Rash so far. Down low and back up to the point. Crandall shoots, patted away, just got a piece of it there was Rash. Shot in the slot, bouncing around. Quick fire there by Kohut is blocked. Ryan Spence rather, trying to get the upper hand. That goes off the stick of Andrew Spence and out to the neutral zone as Crandall will swing it across to his defense partner, Corey Kohut. Cougars, though, regrouping in their own end. 12:51 to go in the second. Picked off at the line by Spence, who has to fight back against Corey Sperry for the SIUE Cougars. Not to be confused with Corey Perry of the Tampa Bay Lightning. In front, pad save by Rash and cleared down the ice.
Safe to say for me anyway, that's by far my favorite name I've heard on any visiting roster so far this year.
Down low it goes into the corner. Maxfield on it for the Cougars. Pierce working there as well. Comes free. Here's a chance. Backhanded. Blocked in front. That was Jack Flood trying to get it. Now charging ahead is Sperry, who's worked there by Lucchese as he gives him a shove. Delayed offside for Bradley. They will tag up. So we've played 8 minutes of this second period. 1-0 lead for the Cougars. Melbon has to chip it in. Tuttle racing after that puck. Throws the body. Now up along the boards. Intercepted by Flood. He's had a good game tonight. Can't quite keep it, though, for Bradley. Now worked along the boards. This one will escape the reach of Lucchese. Fired back down. First of two meetings between these teams this weekend. They'll go at it again tomorrow afternoon. Chopped deep by Bradley. And now picked up here by the Cougars. Braves in the midst of a big change as it's sent ahead. Tip there as you hear from the official. And they'll play it in the corner. Steered away by Lucchese. Now up ahead for Pierce. And a long pass goes off of McAteen ahead for Davis. gets the upper hand, throws it to the corner. Tommy Shack will have to play it there. Can't quite get the upper hand. And now Bryant able to keep it on the backhand before it's quickly exited by the Cougars. 2-on-1, here they come. Chance for SIUE, across, broken up by Sam Bryant. Good play by him. That puck's still loose in front of Schneider. Tough angle, blocked by Luke Case. SIUE trying to get a multi-goal lead here in this second period. Now Luke Case taking a tumble. Braves trying to get out defensively. It'll roll to the point. Here's the goal scorer, Rowe, as he'll motion it back down low. Bryant in there as well for Bradley. Off a stick to the line. Here's Rowe, loads it up, looking for a deflection in front. Schneider got the glove down, it's still loose, and now finally blown dead by the officials. My goodness, chaos in front of the net, Mitch.
Yeah, I tell you, Bryant and busy on that shift. Putting in some work on the defensive end there as well. Couple nice blocks. Bryant with two, a really nice stick out in front. Might have saved the goal. First he broke up the pass attempt on the 2-on-1, then got a stick out later to clear it out of harm's way. But chaotic sequence right there. Boy, Bradley, you got to be careful in front of the net. The puck hanging around there a bit too long, struggling to get it out of the zone on that shift. But fortunately for them, they were able to control the chaos here and get the whistle. But that could have been ugly, man.
Rowe and Shack were still jawing at each other on the way back to the bench there for both teams. Motions have certainly picked up. It's a tight one here at the Owens Center, and of course you'd expect that to be the case. Now Etchison over for Bishop, and it's gloved down by the goaltender Rash with 10:04 to go in the second, almost exactly halfway through this hockey game.
Well, I'm all for getting pucks on the net, but that was almost a wasted shot right there for Bishop. Bad angle, no traffic in front, just kind of throw it on him. You're just asking to give up possession right there. I would have liked to see him use his speed, holding on to it a little bit longer there, but they do get the offensive zone faceoff. Let's see if they can do anything with it.
Off the draw, Cougars win it in the defensive end. Here's Watson now picking it up. Can't clear, and now it's cleared. Maybe not. Cooney stepping up to make a play and trying to go over for Etchison. Here's Bishop. He'll take it behind the net as he slows it down. Bishop gloving it there as he takes a ride into the boards. Cooney in there to help him out as well. Etchison to the line. Coat shoots right on, and a glove save by Rash.
Well, I think if you're the Braves at this point, you almost got to get Rash moving right to left a little bit or something, get him out of his comfort zone. Because head on, he's been up to the task all night, stopped all 22 tests thrown his way. So
he's been rock solid, but like you mentioned, a lot of routine shots for him so far tonight that he hasn't had to put in a ton of work on.
Yeah, especially this period. The first period, the Braves had a couple quality looks, just couldn't cash in on. But this one, they really got to start making it a little bit more uncomfortable.
Deflected in front of the net, Coat, and then Pierce getting a piece of it there. Now Spence back to Pierce. Can't pull the trigger, it's loose. To the line, kept by Crandall. They'll bump it down low for Ryan Spence. His brother Andrew Spence out there as well. Now Pierce jammed in the slot. And a big drive from the point goes wide. Tough angle here for the Braves as they try and pound one in. And now taken a hold of by the Cougars. Verhar out through center. Backhanded in by Somner. Schneider will let this go. Freshman Melbon, ooh, looked like he buckled his leg a little bit there in the corner. Looks like he's okay. Cougars back to the point. Here's Rowe. Fumbled it at the line and forced out by Spence. Great play by the freshman there. Here come the Braves into the zone. Pierce trying to get around the defense. Sticks with it here. Long pass goes around to the other side for Melbon. And escapes his reach. Flood just kept there for a moment by Tuttle. It'll come out of the zone. And a big hit thrown by Pierce. Tuttle picks it up. Trying to work his way in off the stick of Flood. Jams at it again. It's loose. And out of the reach of Pierce into the corner. Now Luke Case trying to keep it. Goes onto the stick of Tuttle. Loads it up and fires it wide. Flood on that loose puck from the get-go. Here is Flood. Takes the hit behind the net. Sends it up to Luke Case, who backhands it up the ice And out of the zone it will come. Bradley regrouping in the defensive end. Both teams on a long stretch without a whistle, and there you go. There's one right as I say it with 7:43 to go in the second. Cougars still holding on to that 1-0 lead on the goal from Braden Rowe.
The old announcer's jinx there with the whistle. Nice shift, though, by Tuttle. He created a really nice opportunity, working his way along the board, showing good strength to hang on to that puck, able to throw it in front, created a pretty good look for the Braves. Unfortunately, in a bit too tight. Could not pound it home, but so you need more of bodies in front.
Shot goes wide of Schneider and kept in by the stick of Quatlander, number 92. That's an interesting last name there for Cole Quatlander.
That might rival Corey Sperry there. Quatlander's another good one.
In the slot, through the wickets, that shot jammed on the attempt from Simon. Now Lucchese scoops it up. We're going to make a move here with 7:14 to go in the second. Braves out shooting the Cougars 24-17, but trailing 1-0 on the scoreboard. Swept in to the zone by Quatlander, and Lucchese will retrieve it. Now Sorrentino working here as Davis comes onto the ice as well. Chopped in behind Schneider. It will roll off the side of the net and around to the other side. Shack. Big hit there by the Braves. Up ahead now for Sorrentino. Can't get it. Culleberg in front. Bounces around. Lucchese trying to get the upper hand as he battles with Tucker. Now Tucker bouncing it off the boards. Lucchese tangled up. Rung up the sidewall as Shack will deflect this into the bench and out of play. So that will buy some more time for these teams to change things up here. 6:26 to go in the second.
Well, it looked like he had Davis there kind of cherry picking by the blue line. That pass could have gotten through. Davis has got some wheels too, so that pass connect, that they're off to the races there. Fortunately for them, redirected out of play, but 6:26 left for the Braves, and I think, you know, you got to use that goal as kind of a wake-up call. They dominated most of that first period, chances-wise. Surprised no penalty there.
Chance for Watson. Across. One-timer fanned on by Pirabat as he gathers it in. Spins away from trouble. And now here's Zach Pierce on a breakaway. Pierce. And no, it's loose in front. He's denied and held onto by Rash. A grade A chance is denied in front.
Rash with the toe save, then to add insult to injury, Pierce got decked at the end of that one. Take a look at it. Yeah, he got flattened right there by Smith, so they're still trying to sort out the bodies here. But Rash standing tall once again, able to stretch out. So I do the little hip exercise before the game, little flexibility showing off right there.
Well, what a save by Rash. I don't know if Pierce just ran out of room or if Rash maybe got the stick on it there, but that is how you keep this game in your favor. What a play. So still.
Pierce, too, not one of the guys you want to be facing one-on-one.
No.
That's a goal scorer coming down the barrel right there, and he stood tall.
Great play indeed by Rash to keep this game at 1-0. Into the zone it will go as Bradley back in the defensive end. Throwing up the wall. Berhar working there to get it back. Tough shot denied by Schneider, who was pinned up along the left goalpost. Now Davis. Pierce still out there after that opportunity for the Braves. And here's Pierce to the front, and they score! It went in, referee on it right away. Zach Pierce getting the goal. We're all tied up with 5:35 to go in the second period.
Well, first you don't succeed, keep on shooting. Zach Pierce able to stay on. Long shift here. Goes on net, and that got just tucked inside the post. What a shot.
Referees talking about it at center. That one must have went out so quick that they didn't even see it.
No, that definitely went in. Snuck inside the post, and it kind of rung around.
Oh, and they're calling it no goal.
Oh.
Wow. I
think they got robbed on that one. Real time, that looked like it slipped inside the post and kind of whipped around.
Wow. That is 2 denied goals now, 1 for each team. That is a bad break for Bradley. And
well, we'll see what the call was, because if it's just they think it hit the post, like that puck crossed the line. There's no way from that angle that's coming straight back out. I think the Braves, if that's the case, are getting hosed on this one.
Well, that's a tough break. That is the second goal again of the game that was denied. And one for each team. So we remain 1-0.
Too bad they can't go to Toronto and review
Yes.
that one, because
there's a chance now. Kowat, save, rebound, and held on to by Rash, who had to go down on his back to make that save.
boy, Rash just robbed me. I was about to say puck don't lie right there, but apparently it does. Rash made sure of that. And another grade A stop from him.
Boy, we have
Frustrating sequence with the Braves, yeah.
back and forth. Bradley can't quite get it. Now Crandall off the draw. Glove down. Cooney. Bishop waiting for that puck to pop free. Now the Cougars have it before Bishop has something to say about it. Now Bishop back to the line. Coat, pad save, and turned away. Now in front of the net. Bradley takes it, trying to go for Etchison. Rolling around. Coat. Now here's Bishop. Fanned on it. That's a great chance for Bishop, but he couldn't pull the trigger. Now Cooney in front. Bishop blocked in front. Got a piece of it there. Was John McAtee as this one will clear the ice. And great hustle by Mark Tucker to get to it. Takes a tumble but finds a teammate. Here's Schreiber. Will send it to the corner. And now Crandall will play it here for the Braves. Trying to go up for Cooney and does. Whoa, tough hit there as Cooney went in hard. No penalty. Atchison goes down as well. Crandall trying to play it here for Quatlander and gets it by him. Now Andrew Spence, nice move. Here's Andrew Spence into the zone, shoots, blockered away by Rash. Intensity picking up like a freight train here tonight. 4:10 to go in the second. Back to the line. Here's a shot from Melbon, fanned on, and he'll have to come regroup at center. Now Lucchese back to play it, and up the wall it goes. As Wagner slams on the brakes. Up the ice, finds his man on the left. That's Sperry as he avoids the collision from Lucchese. Schneider way out of his crease to play it as he finds the stick of Spence. Pierce as they stay on side into the zone. 3:38 to go in the second. Big hit by Spence. Puck's right there. He didn't know where it was. Now the Cougars with it as they try and move it out. Pickpocketed there. Pierce to the front and held.
Boy, helter-skelter in period number 2. Braves have kind of found their second win as they are now flying across the ice. Really good opportunities. You love the physicality, too. You know, they caught a couple bad breaks. The goal was disallowed. Then they had a chance in the corner that was stopped. Seth Van's on one in the slot there. But the Braves, you know what? They're going to try and create their own luck, play with some physicality, trying to build some momentum on their side. Good way to close out the period so far for them. They're knocking on the door. You can tell that they're close. And
I think we're going to get a timeout here. And I couldn't tell if it was Bradley or SIUE that called the timeout. But, boy, a chance to catch your breath because these last few minutes have been bonkers at the Owens Center. And finally getting a little rest here. But, man, this game has had 2 denied goals, 1 for each team. And, you know, I don't know. You said you thought it went in for sure on that angle.
Watching it live, well, initially it looked like it slipped inside the post and kind of rung around the cage and spit back out the other end. Obviously from up here it's a tougher angle, but I am 90% certain that that thing slipped in the side. And from that angle, if it truly hit the post, it would have came back the other way. It came out the opposite end, which makes me believe that it wrapped all the way around. But I guess we will never know. And
well, the one referee that was in the left corner, he was on it right away. He pointed towards the goal saying, hey, that's a goal. But it's not a good look for the officials to have 2 goals waved off in one game. That's for sure. Can tell you that much.
yeah.
We'll see how these 2 teams respond over the course of the next 3:25 of this period. Lucchese to the front. That deflects over to Sorrentino. Here is Sorrentino in front. Denied. What a stop by Rash. Denying Tuttle at close range. Now Sorrentino. They'll cycle it back down low. Braves on a roll right now, trying to get this game tied up. Lucchese sends it down low for Tuttle. who works there to the front, deflected off the stick of Sorrentino and out the other way. Here they come into the zone. Big hit thrown. That was Melbon, the freshman, laying the body.
I think he took more of the damage on
He
that.
did.
The recoil there.
Bradley intercepted it, neutralized. Sorrentino's got a break here. Here's Sorrentino, shoots, scores! Nick Sorrentino, tie game!
Boy, out of all the chances the Braves had, it's a bad angle shot from Nick Sorrentino that finally breaks the seal for the Braves. What a shot! Top corner, lights the lamp. We're tied at 1 here at the Owens Center.
36 white.
Unassisted on the goal by Sorrentino. What a play. He was long overdue for a goal. That's his first goal of the year. And I just want to point out, I didn't say it on the air, but I told D3 player Garrett Hamill that I thought Nick Sorrentino was going to score tonight, and he did. Well done. Here's Pierce looking for more, denied by the defensive work there of the Cougars. Braves not going away as they want more, and it's forced out of the zone. This will be an ice. So unassisted goal by Sorrentino. Boy, that's got to feel good to get off the schneid and get your first goal of the year.
Yeah, and going off of that, Sorrentino, first off, the monkey's off his back. Finally get a goal there. You don't have the goose egg in the goal column. But he's been doing a lot of little things right.
Yes.
His forecheck's been phenomenal on the power play. Really nice job. I've been impressed with his penalty killing skills, especially in the defensive end. Harassing Cougars all night. So, you do these little things, eventually you get rewarded, and that was a nice shot and a long time coming for Sorrentino.
The senior, his first goal of the year. Down low it goes into the corner now. Bishop trying to pick it up, and does. Here's Bishop. Spinning away from pressure, cuts toward the front. Bishop denied at close range, diving for a second effort, and it's covered by Rash, who makes the save.
Woo, what a nice job by Seth Bishop, working his way into the slot. And he made sure not to fan on that one, got enough on it. And Rash stood tall, but good idea for Seth. And then the diving effort to throw it back on the net, because that thing was sitting right out in front of the crease with bodies all over. So good idea, just throwing pucks on the net.
Give Bradley credit. After that denied goal, they have come out with vengeance here. They want to get revenge, and they've at least tied the game up so far. Here's Spence on the backhand now. Ryan Spence just sends it wide of the crease and cleared up out of the zone by Schreiber. Ahead here. Great play as those two go together. That was Tucker working with Crandall as those two continue to whack away at each other. Now deflects behind the Bradley net. 1:33 to go in period 2 as this one's cleared down, but an icing against Bradley and back down to their end.
Well, sometimes you got to create your own luck if you're the Braves, and that's just what they've done, sticking with it here late. Weren't discouraged by the goal that was disallowed, have a couple opportunities.
Hold it for 3 seconds.
Stuck with it, and they've been rewarded here. Just got to keep pushing, because I think you realize, too, despite the goal being disallowed, they had their opportunities. They had one fan on it, they had a breakaway, so hey, you can't all blame it on that. So good job for the Braves, staying positive, sticking with it.
Up ahead, that goes off the stick of Davis. And so they'll try and regroup here, the Cougars do. Now Tucker up ahead. Takes a big hit, blockered away by Schneider. So it will roll to Crandall. Crandall handcuffed a bit, and he'll play it up the boards in front of the scorers table with under a minute to play. Now Kohut back to get it for the Braves. Kohut intercepted, rolls on to Spence as they stay onside. Here's Ryan Spence. Now Corey Kohut sends it in deep. Over for Spence, and Kohut in. Now Sperry picks it up along the near side boards, ducks the collision, and forced up out by the Cougars. Sperry off the body of a Brave, and now Melbon, and goes down hard. Not really from the collision, just lost an edge. Now Tuttle plays it up the wall, trying to get it out here for Bradley with 15 to go in the period. Here is David Tuttle, one last push for Bradley. Here's Davis, got a man open in front. Flood goes down, arms up. That's going to be a penalty against the Cougars with 4.2 to go in the period. So Bradley will go into the second with a power, or the third period with a power play.
They could still score here, Matt.
They could. Sorry.
Hey, Jack Flo, that's a nice job by him. Driving hard to the net, and you get rewarded. Good things happen when you go to the net.
27 red, minor
He
spot.
got tangled up, and they are rewarded with a 2-minute power play opportunity.
Slashing call there on Chris Wagner for SIUE. So 4.2, there is definitely enough to get something set up here, as you mentioned. See if Bradley can do that. Tommy Davis will be the one to take the face-off.
This looks like they're going to Atchison here if they can win the draw.
I believe you are correct. Atchison has it hop off the stick. Trying to go over for Lucas, and that will do it for period 2. Wow, what a period. Both teams get on the scoreboard. We have another denied goal, and somehow we are still at 1-1 despite Bradley out shooting SIUE 30-18.
And, despite the sleepy start for the Braves, they had a couple penalties early and then, kind of lackadaisical effort in the midway period. They really turned up the heat late in that second period. 15 shots in the first, 15 shots in the second. And they got a goal to show for it. We'll see. Something's got to give here in the third.
All right, we'll go down to Courtney White, who is ice side. Courtney.
Another great period for Bradley. They had some great offensive pressure in the last 5 minutes, and that's what they really need to keep up. They need to keep up this offensive pressure. They need to keep up the strong defense. They need to limit those penalties, kill the power plays. They need to keep taking shots. They need to connect passes in the offensive zone. And if they do all that, I think they can win this game. Now back up to you guys.
Thank you, Courtney. Appreciate that. I've got a feeling that this one is going to come down to the wire, no matter what happens here in the third. Very evenly matched teams, and SIUE, I think it's clear to say that they are better than their 2-4 record indicates so far in the year.
Well, the way Rash has been playing, especially early on in that one, it's no wonder they've given up a goal this season. He's been on top of things. That's why it was so funny that the first goal he gives up was kind of from a greasy angle there from Sorrentino. But, yeah, you take what you can get, and you've been right. Very entertaining game up to this point, so third period, yeah, looking forward to it. Doesn't get much better than this.
Going to be a fun one for sure. We'll have the third period coming up here again. Epilepsy Awareness Night here at the Owens Center. 1-1 between Bradley and SIUE. Alongside our entire crew, Megan Ruger-Smith on the camera, Courtney White down at ice side, and you, Mitch Kaminski. I'm Matt Harrington. We'll be back for the third period. Not going to want to miss it. 1-1 between Bradley and SIUE. I'm Matt Harrington. We'll be back in about 13 minutes. Welcome back to the Owens Center in Peoria. What a game we've had so far between SIUE and Bradley in this D2 contest. Back alongside Mitch Kaminski, I am Matt Harrington. Mitch, boy, this game has had it all. Waved off goals, close plays in front of the net, penalties, 5-on-3s. And if the first two periods are any indication of what we're going to get here in the third, I think we're going to get a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I'm expecting a chippy third period. The intensity's definitely ramped up. I mean, the Braves really set the tone early with some physical play. The Cougars somewhat responded in the second, but a lot of bodies being flying around in this one so far. Physical game, ice packs all around.
Yes.
Afterwards, I'm sure, but you also have to wonder, too, heading into tomorrow, what that game's going to look like. Not to look ahead too much. We still got a barn burner of a third to look forward to, but you can tell these two teams aren't too fond of each other. So it should be an interesting next couple of periods, but we'll see who can get the go-ahead goal here in the third.
In-state rivalry between these two Illinois schools. Of course, SIUE down in Edwardsville. Bradley here in Peoria as the shot is gloved up by the goaltender Rash, who has had a big night in the crease. Don't have an exact height on Rash, but he's got to be pushing 6'2", 6'3". He's a tall man.
Especially with the skates, then you're really adding some extra height. But it makes it tough, too, because when he's down in his crouch, he's covering still most of the net. So
here's Etchison trying to get it to the front. That's cleared out.
If you want to beat him, you almost have to get him moving right to left or get a fortuitous rebound.
Reminder that Bradley's on the power play after that penalty at the tail end of the third period. Here's Ukase into the zone. Keeps it on the backhand around the outside. Now for Davis. Calling for it here on the right wing. Here's Tommy Davis, the sophomore, rolling it off the stick of Etchison. Glove down by Ukase. Now Davis will handle it at center for Bradley. 1:10 to go on the Braves power play. Etchison stepping up to make a play and stays on side. Trevor Cooney out there with him as well. Now Cooney digging in there for Bradley behind the net and picks it off. Here's Cooney trying to go for Etchison. Cooney sticking with it. Gets it toward the front. That goes behind the net. Now Cooney finds Davis as he gets spaced out here. Now Davis across looking for Sam Bryant, who was streaking in at the back door. And now back down low as it's gathered by Culleberg. Flings it up off the boards. Can't be handled by Bryant. Cleared down as Schneider will come out to play it. And Davis will handle it. 30 to go on the Bradley power play.
Enough time to set up for one more rush here for the Braves.
Davis leaving it, and that's too far for Bryant again, who's had to put on the Jets a few times on this power play. And now flung in deep again by Simon. Schneider leaves it. What a game he has had in goal as well for Bradley. 17 of 18 stopped from him. And now here come the Braves, handled by Kohut. On the right wing, Kohut in the slot. Cooney can't pull the trigger there. Now back to Kohut. Tough angle shot. Bounces over for Pierce, who has his pocket picked by Wagner. Now Wagner up ahead, finds his man Tucker. Here's Mark Tucker, thrown wide of the cage. Bounces back up top. O'Leary making a play to keep it in as it will come all the way out to neutral ice. Kohut trying to point out the commands here for his team. O'Leary jumps on it, and now Melbon. Melbon will get it over for Kohut, trying to get off the ice for a change here as he finds Tuttle. Here's the speedy Tuttle. Get in the zone. David Tuttle holding on to it. Bumps it back to the point. A drive from Lucchese. Deflects wide. Now in front, Melbon. Handles it at the point. Sends it wide. Off the bounce. Tuttle sweeping the stick in there for Bradley as it will escape his reach. Now Melbon, bad giveaway, as here come the Cougars. Across, turned aside by Schneider. That was McAtee right there for SIUE. And now the Bradley goal scorer, Sorrentino, hustling out as he gets knocked to the ice. And now out ahead as the Braves handle it again. Staying on side, Etchison moving in. Sorrentino out there as well. You can see that Sorrentino's gotten the promotion to the top line right now for these Bradley Braves. Now Cooney with Etchison and Sorrentino. Here's Etchison, shoots, good save from the goaltender Rash as it's taken into the corner by Cooney. Works hard there. Etchison trying to get a stick on it as well. Etchison behind the net. Sorrentino out front. Cooney denied. What a stop by Rash. Standing on his head here tonight. Braves still whacking away here in the offensive zone. 4 minutes gone now, almost in this third period of play of this 1-1 game. Here come the Braves out ahead. Purebat just stays on as he'll have to come out as he's hounded by Trevor Cooney. Now Rowe will slide it across. Cougars regrouping in the defensive end here as here they come with speed. This is Somner. Schneider will steer it away into the corner. Rolls up the wall for Seth Bishop. Now he'll play it out for Spence. Reaching out to gather it. Good stutter step move there by Purebat. And Crandall will pick it up defensively for the Braves. Here's Davis trying to get around the defense. Tommy Davis, tough angle, right on. And held by Rash, but almost kind of the same angle that Nick Sorrentino scored at in the second.
That's what I was just thinking. Read the scouting report. It worked for Sorrentino. Might as well whip one on net here. Didn't quite work that time, but you know what? There's really no help for him right there. There wasn't a whole lot of reinforcements. Might as well get it on net, and this is really the best case scenario because now you get the offense's own faceoff.
That will be taken by Ryan Spence, who gets tied up in the circle. In front, Coat pinching in and knocked the stick out of the hands of a Cougar, and now Coat's got it.
A big opportunity right there from Coat.
Big play indeed. Coat had his stick stuck in the boards, was able to get it out behind the play.
Gotta love the Owens Center. Just when you think you've seen it all, they throw another wrinkle at you.
Now Andrew Spence tying up. Braves pick it up. Coat forces it out of the zone, and it's airmailed to Ryan Spence, who's got to hustle after it. Crandall up ahead. Perfect pass for Tuttle. Here's David Tuttle. Shoots, save, rebound. Spence to the corner. And now up along the boards as it's picked up by Davis. Big wind-up pad save there by the goaltender Rash. Tuttle looking for more. And now taken into the corner by the Braves. Bump back up top. Here's Melbon looking for the redirect. That goes wide. Now Braves still trying to get it there. Now Melbon handles it at the line. Slid across for Lucchese. Keeps it and down low for Flood. Flood having an underrated performance tonight for Bradley. And now into the corner. Melbon trying to gather it there. And taken by the Braves at center. Lucchese rings it around and up the other way for SIUE. Smith has it behind the net and moved up here for the Cougars. Here they come. 3-on-2 into the zone. Pass across, broken up by Shack, who will play it ahead for his former high school teammate Tommy Davis. Those two played together at Providence Catholic High School. Now back into the offensive zone for SIUE. Simon slides it across. 13:25 to go. Already, this period's been flying by here at the Owens Center. Haven't had many stoppages.
No complaints from me here, Matt.
Shack into the zone, loses it. And now here comes SIUE. Taking a tumble there was Tucker. And a good play by Bradley. Now there's a chance for the Cougars. In front, denied. Up close was Tucker. Around to the other side. Braves keep hustling hard here to get this puck out, and a penalty's called against the Braves, and they will go on the PK. It's a roughing call, and might be hard to see here on the replay, but looks like a couple players slow to get up here. Let's see.
5 white, minor rough.
That's on Tommy Shack for the Braves.
That's a tough one. And obviously we had a bad look there with the thicket of fans in the way, but this stage in the game, you can't be taking penalties like that, shorthanded. You know, these teams are not separated by much, and the shot, chance department, they're pretty even as far as good scoring chances have gone, so you hate to give them any extra opportunities. Watson
denied on the left side there. Spence whacking at it. Still whacking at it. Now Andrew Spence able to clear it down the ice with 1:40 to go on that power play for SIUE.
Good clear right there from Spence. Dangerous area that puck was in.
Now here comes Wagner, and down low as Schneider will leave it off the stick of Andrew Spence and down low. Crandall letting go for Sorrentino. As he'll pick it up in the corner. Sorrentino stumbles a bit, banks it off the glass, but not out. Now down low, Bishop trying to take it here for the Braves, and here they come. Here's Seth Bishop, offside.
Oh.
Nick Sorrentino too early, and Bishop probably should not have shot that puck either. That's could be a penalty, and I think it is. That's just a bad mistake by Seth Bishop. You cannot shoot the puck after the whistle, and that is a dumb move. I'm sorry, I just like to call it how it is.
Yeah, I think he's frustrated at that point because they had a great opportunity. Great opportunity for him, and you get the whistle, which is, you know, nothing you can do there, just didn't time it up. But you're right, that's just shooting yourself in the foot right there, and now you're down 2, excuse me, with over a minute left of power play time. So this could end up being the game here on a really avoidable mistake from Bishop.
So we're going to have a little clock issue here. We saw SIUE score on the 5-on-3 earlier, and now they have another chance to do so here.
It's one of those key turning points. Bradley can somehow find a way to kill this off. What a big momentum swing that would be.
Here we go, SIUE 5-on-3 for 55 seconds, even more time than before. Slid across, broken up, that puck will bounce out of the zone and picked up here by the Cougars. Culleberg into the zone. Now Culleberg across, down low. Here is Culleberg. Sent down low into the corner. Off the stick of Rowe, back to Rowe. Takes it and goes over to the right side. Cougars back up top for Rowe. Rowe across, deflected just wide off the stick of Verhaar. Cougars still pressing here, 20 to go on the 5-on-3. Back to the line, Culleberg across, tipped wide off of McAtee's stick. Here's McAtee, back to the line, Rowe for McAtee. Shoots, pad save, Schneider, rebound, scooped wide. And now into the corner for Culleberg. 3 seconds to go. Bradley kills off the 5-on-3. Still a chance though, they score! John McAtee right there at the back door. Cougars regain the lead, it's 2-1.
Well, that's some nifty passing right there. They had a little bit of tic-tac-no, missed the shot earlier, then finally able to cash in on one. A little wham-bam, thank you, ma'am.
25-63.
They're up 2-1.
He comes out, everything's down. That expired, yeah? Yeah. Okay. You're out.
So
incredible. I mean, what's so frustrating about this, if you're the Braves, I mean, you're Schneider, there's nothing you can do about that. I mean, you're down 2 guys on 2, honestly, avoidable penalties. So
yep.
that's always frustrating. But you still 10 minutes left to play. We'll see how they respond. We saw how they responded after the last goal. After a goal is scored for either team, the next 5 minutes are always very interesting to judge because it's either going to be a kick in the pants to the team that just gave up the goal or a big momentum boost for the team that scored and they keep pressing on. So we will see which way it goes here in this one.
Chance in front, they score again! Bryce Simon scoops it up, and just like that, the Cougars are in control, 3-1.
Well, you have your answer to that question, and Simon, right place, right time, able to pick up the puck right in the slot.
10 red.
He takes advantage of it. And much needed timeout here coming for the Braves, trying to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, it is going to be interesting to see how Bradley responds. That first goal, whoa, hang on here. The referee is motioning something at the Bradley bench, and I don't know if he's, let's see if we can maybe pick up what we've got here. Let's see. Looks like that's Cole Walter. I don't know if he's getting thrown out or what, but Walter is heading back to the locker room. So he might have just been tossed. I don't know if that is on Walter or what, but odd for sure.
Yeah. Well, you know, you talked about getting the game, keeping your emotions in check, and we saw last weekend the Braves struggled to do that, and quite frankly, it cost them a game, and I think you see that a little bit here tonight. Some undisciplined play in the third, and as you mentioned, we may have just had an ejection.
Cole Walter is absent from the Bradley bench.
He still might be coming back. He
Who
could
knows?
just have to use the facilities.
He could.
I
That's one way to look at it. Well, we'll see. But all of a sudden, it is 3-1 SIUE, and we'll get that scoreboard updated to reflect the change.
Well, once again, I mean, the way this game's been played, 2-goal deficit seems like a big deal. But in reality, it's not. There's still got a lot of time left. You can cut it down to 1 by the 5-minute mark. You're still in business here if you're the Braves.
We'll see how they respond. Lots of time to go, as you mentioned, but clock's certainly ticking. Here come the Braves out through center. Here's Sorrentino looking for goal number 2. Same spot, and this time he's denied by Rash.
Nice job by Sorrentino, waving his way through, trying to create some offense for himself. Fortunately, whipped it right into the gut of Rash there, so fairly easy save for him.
2 of the SIUE goals on the power play, technically the 5-on-3. That second one is technically a 5-on-4, but it was right as the 4th player for Bradley was coming off the ice. So 2 avoidable penalties that have turned into goals, as you were mentioning earlier, Mitch. Now down low for Bishop, out front. On the stick, Etchison shoots it wide. That one looked like it had a chance, but it goes wide. Now forced out by the Cougars. Banked in perfectly on the tape of Bishop. Now Bishop trying to dance his way in. Seth Bishop backhands it back to the point for Coat. His shot deflects. Here's Cooney. Can't get around to put it home. He had some space to work with and just couldn't find it.
Couldn't get it to the front of his stick in time. In Cooney's defense, that is a tougher play than you realize when you listen here.
Too many men on the ice maybe here. I think we got 6 on SIUE maybe. And I think we are going to have a too many men. Let's see.
SIUE got a bunch of presents from Bradley. They're in the spirit of giving, so they'll give one right back here. I think you are right. That would be 6. And I think
well, they pointed right at the SIUE bench. And
a conversation here with head coach.
Yeah, I think it's going to be served here by O'Leary.
Yeah, I was never one for math, but I counted 6
Bench
there.
minor, too many men on the ice.
Yep, all right, my math was correct.
So there you go. Too many men on the ice for SIUE. You can't do that. So they will. O'Leary's going to serve that minor. Boy, talk about a pivotal chance to get back in the game right here.
You almost say must score, honestly, because
I would agree.
At this stage in the game, you're not going to get too many more opportunities like this. And the way Rash has been playing, you got to capitalize on some of these. So
we'll see if they can convert here. A big opportunity on the power play for the Braves as they win it back. Long shot from the point, blocked, rolling around. Etchison will take it in the corner. Now Etchison working that stick. Finds it to Davis, who holds it for the Braves. Dances around, sticks with it. Davis, Etchison bobbles it. They'll load it back. Now Lucchese blocked. Down low in the corner, Braves settling up. Shot, Lucchese deflects, rolls in front. It's loose and clear to the corner. Now Etchison holds it. Down low it goes for Davis. In front, Etchison trying to pull the trigger. Loose on the backhand. Still there, and now finally thrown out.
Oh, that might be a penalty.
Yeah, well, no.
Yeah, you get to
There's no, even at the college level, there's no, if you throw it out, that is only in the NHL that you'd get a penalty for that. So now if that were the pros, then that would be a penalty, Mitch. You're correct, but.
jump the gun.
Yes, you did, but that's okay. What a play by Coat. Can't keep it, though. That one goes down. Here's Cooney trying to find Pierce. And now Spence has it in the corner. Here is Ryan Spence. Loads it back up top. Across it goes. Coat trying to go back for Spence. Delayed penalty against SIUE. We're going to have a 5-on-3 for the Braves with 55 seconds worth of time. Oh, mama, here we go.
Well, there's the old adage, if you can't score on a 5-on-3, you don't deserve to win the game. SIUE scored on both of theirs, so we'll see if the Braves can respond.
Not sure what the call was. I didn't see the official signal from the official.
And now we have the great DU migration down to this end of the ice, so Braves going to get a little extra home ice advantage here.
Not good news for our ice mic that's trapped there. Here we go. Bryant trying to go over for Kohut. Back for Bryant at the point. Here's Bryant. Kohut, one-timer pad save. Rebound is off the back of the net. Cooney picking it up. Now back to the line it goes. Here's Bryant. Bryant over for Kohut. Shoots, denied by the stick, or the pad rather, of Rash. It's cleared down. 30 to go on the 5-on-3 for the Braves. Now picked up here by Sam Bryant, who will start the charge. Here's Bryant into the zone. Now Sam Bryant holding on to it here. Back up top for Pierce. Pierce shoots. Glove save off the hand of the goaltender there and moved up and out of the ice. Sweeping effort from Pierce. And now an on-man rush the other way. Here's Schreiber to the front, denied by Schneider. As Kohut will leave it. So the 5-on-3 expires. Bradley still has 1:03 of the power play though. Here's Pierce. Nice move at the line. Pierce shoots, deflects into the netting. Out of play.
Boy, frustrating if you're the Braves. Only really able to get one shot off there because they were playing catch-up trying to chase down the ice. Nice job by the Cougars penalty kill unit. Didn't really allow any good looks for the Braves. When the Braves are coming back down, they couldn't get set up quick enough to get any offense going. So impressive penalty kill from the Cougars here so far.
Still 54 to go on it, and they start by clearing it down again to Devin Schneider, who's got it. And so leave it for Shack. Now ahead for Davis. And now Etchison shoots right off the mask of Rash. Great stick by Shack to keep it in. Dishes over for Lucchese. His shot blocked. SIUE has been stepping in front of those pucks all night long. And they clear it down again, but a whistle behind the play, as I believe we have an equipment issue maybe for the goaltender Rash. That one went off the mask, maybe dinged up his helmet a little bit there.
Yeah, Braves shooting some headhunters. There was one off the mask of Rash, and then there was another one that clipped a defenseman. I believe that was Wagner it hit, but I haven't taken a look. But we're going to have face-off in the offensive zone here because of that equipment timeout. So 30 seconds left. You can win this draw. You got enough time to set up some sort of sequence here.
Off the draw, one back. Here's Tommy Shack. Shack shoots off a body again as Davis jumps on the loose puck. Now Davis up top again for Shack. 20 to go on the Bradley power play. Davis back to Shack. Wrists it, deflected again. Gives credit where credit is due. That time it's off the stick of Bryce Simon, who had the third goal of the game for the Cougars.
Yeah, the Cougars are doing a really nice job getting in shooting lanes and cutting down the angles, because we've seen a couple times on this power play especially, the Braves have been relegated to shooting from some awkward angles, and then when they have gotten to a spot they wanted to, those shooting legs have been clogged up.
Off the face-off, Spence trying to get it there, cannot as it's broken up. Here's Kohut over for the Braves. Kohut trying to go toward the front, and that's going to be cleared down. No, what a keep by Kohut. Keeps it alive. In front, Pierce, save, rebound denied again. Pierce can't quite bury it. That's 2 or 3 grade A chances this game. Kohut now deflects up in the air. This play is still alive because of him. What a play. Bradley in front. Cooney can't get all of it, and it's covered and held as we get some extra jabs in front of the net.
Somebody call the police. Zach Pierce has been robbed, not once, not twice, but 3 times here tonight.
My
the suspect's
goodness.
name is Brendan Rash.
Man, what a game this has been for Rash, who is standing on his head right now. 41 of 42 saves, and just an incredible performance from him.
He's just getting peppered.
He is.
Yeah, you can't fault the Braves because honestly, the Braves have outplayed the Cougars most of this game. It's just a couple dumb mistakes here and there and missed opportunities. And if the Braves do end up losing this one you look back on, you're kicking yourself because you let one slip through your fingers here.
Feels like we've said that about quite a few games this year for Bradley, but still a lot of time left. 6:04 to go in the third. Cougars trying to force it out, cannot. Lucchese able to keep it as Flood digs away. Sorrentino in there as well as Flood takes a ride up along the boards and pushed out. Here comes Bradley. Keep it in. The shot goes wide as Flood picks it up. There's Flood. Sorrentino in there as well. Here's Sorrentino, only goal scorer of the night for Bradley. Sorrentino holding and missed the pass there to keep it in the zone as Bradley has to regroup. There's Sorrentino, gets shoved there by Watson. Cougars play it off the boards. Good keep. Tell you what, Lucchese, Coat, all of them been making good plays, but it's a 3-on-1 for the Cougars. Here they come. Wrist shot, and Schneider the save. Good job. Prominent point Blake. Lucchese nearly picking up a penalty there, but managed just to get away with the call. Off a body. Here they come into the zone. Cullerberg. Schneider lunges out to make a play.
Well, the Braves are lucky they didn't get called for too many men on the ice because that change was a disaster right there. There was about 7 bodies on the ice. And they had control of the puck, too, at that point.
Taken down is Melbon. No call. We'll keep playing. Now Andrew Spence. Time winding down for the Braves. 4:40 to go. Here's Davis. Tough angle save. Spence. Rebound. Padded away again by Brendan Rash, who continues to keep his team in this game, 3-1.
You can see the frustration on the Braves' faces right now. Another great opportunity for them and turned away. And they got some barking on the bench here.
Yeah, I can't tell what bench that's coming from.
No, that's coming from the Cougar bench still. They're giving the head official there an earful.
Bishop's shot is blocked. Braves trying to keep it alive. Now the Cougars come out. Here's Somner into the zone. Here's Somner, shoots, pad save Schneider. And Somner tries to whack away here. Forced up out of the zone by Bradley. Cougars regroup. 4:13 to go. Wagner forces it deep. Coat after it for Bradley. Now kept in at the line. Wagner shot deflects wide of Devin Schneider. Now Bishop will pick it up and missed the mark on the pass for Etchison. Icing against the Braves, under 4 to play.
Cooney was pretty close to that puck there. That was almost probably the right call, but he had a chance for it. I think that was slightly premature icing call, but you know, that's probably why that's partly why they changed the rule to avoid those big collisions in the corner.
Yep.
That's what it was headed to, especially with the physicality of this game. But good hustle there from Cooney trying to save the icing there.
Schneider getting his mask adjusted here, and we'll get ready to go.
Also, at this stage in the game, these icing calls are kind of big because you're the Braves. You need to get it in your offensive zone. That's taking precious seconds off the clock, trying to work your way back up ice.
Waiting for everything to be squared away. And here we go. Face off, handled by the Cougars. Now Etchison gathers it in. Tries to play it out and cannot as Coat took a whack, and now Crandall finds it himself. Out of the boards, Etchison mows past the defense. Etchison rolling around. Etchison shoots, deflects into the corner where Pierce will take it for Bradley. Back up for Crandall. Crandall shot sliding block by the Cougars as they push it out of the zone. That was pure bat. Now a chance for SIUE. They score! Simon Maxfield. That should just about do it. It'll make it 4-1 SIUE.
Wow, that play was all made by Purabat right there. Making the sliding block. Defense turns to offense, and we have a 4-0
4 red.
deficit. Now Maxwell on the other end too, off to the races there. Nice job cashing in on that one. Quick little move and able to bury it, but we talked about this earlier, especially on the penalty kill. The Cougars have been doing a nice job getting in shooting lanes, and they've blocked a healthy amount of shots, and that one directly resulted in a goal right there.
You give a lot of credit to these SIUE Cougars. They have not given up an ounce. They have hustled every shift they've been on the ice tonight. And again, giving credit where credit is due. They have knew that this was going to be a tough game coming into a tough environment, and they have certainly earned this 4-1 lead right now. Here's another chance as they charge out ahead. Good defensive play by Lucchese. as he muscles it away from Schreiber.
Well, they really weathered the storm early because the Braves, the ice was tilted on their direction early in that first period. Able to weather the storm in large part thanks to Rash, and this is the result.
Banked off to the boards. Now Bryant will go back to get it. Braves force it up. Here's Tuttle, dropping it back for Pierce. Here's Pierce, dumped to the ice by Simon. Again, the bodies tonight all over the ice for SIUE. Coet back to get it. 4-1 lead for the Cougars as we'll get that score adjusted with 2:18 to go. Now Crandall up ahead, looking for Shack and finds him into the zone and slow down. This Cougars team led by head coach Tyler Elbrecht in his first year as the coach of the Cougars. He's a Edwardsville native. Davis with the shot held on to as well. Had a pretty good career as well. Played at Minnesota State Mankato, NCAA D1 team up in Mankato, Minnesota, and also had a pretty good pro career as well in the ECHL. Played 6 years, most recently with the Wichita Thunder, the Edmonton Oilers affiliate down there in Wichita. So got a head coach that, even though he's new to the coaching scene here for SIUE, has been doing a pretty good job so far.
Yes, he has. I've been impressed with the resiliency of his squad here so far in this one. And this is an SIUE team. Interesting enough, when they started, their program got abolished after the first couple seasons because of funding. They were able to get some funding back, reform the team in 1999, and haven't looked back since. Their first winning season, though, interesting enough, came in 2002, and the biggest win of that year for the team that they said actually changed the program around was a victory in this building here in the Owens Center against the Braves, who at the time were a level higher than them. Big upset for them, and that really changed the tide for the program. They went 19-8 that year and have not looked back since. So.
You know your SIUE hockey history. I'm impressed.
I went down a rabbit hole, unfortunately, in the dark days of the web, doing some prep work for this one. But
well, if the past seasons are any indication, it's going to be a good fight tomorrow. The teams have split the series each of the past 2 years, including last time they were here at the Owens Center.
The score doesn't really do it justice for how close this game was. And honestly, the Braves were the better team. And this one, it was just stupid mistakes, quite frankly, is what cost them. So the Braves have no one but themselves to blame here.
The good news for Bradley is that they have typically played better in Saturday games. They are 4-2 on the year in Saturday games. So we'll see if that changes, but they'll fall to 1-3 on Friday home games. Hard to believe because a couple of years ago, this team was practically unbeatable on Friday nights.
They can play with anyone on the Friday nights. Saturday, it looked like a whole different squad out there, but we don't need to get into that.
No, we don't. Icing here with 46.8 to go. And the question tomorrow, I'm assuming we'll see Cole Walter in net tomorrow for Bradley, who's, in my opinion, has earned that #1 position, but Devin Schneider's had some great games as well.
Yeah, and
this is not on Schneider by any means.
Not at all. I think if you look at a lot of the goals tonight, there's a turnover loose in front and a breakaway goal. It really wasn't on Schneider. He did, what he could here, but you reset and you get back at it tomorrow.
That game will be at about 3:45 here at the Owens Center, and you'll be on the call for that one.
That I will.
Melbon avoids the collision down low. Now the Cougars take a hold of it. Wagner and now Simon. But again, lots of credit where it is due for SIUE. They hustled all night long. They have been able to stick with it. Some things that didn't go their way, and they fought back. 2 goals on the power play, technically a 5-on-3 on both, even though the second one won't officially go down as a 5-on-3 goal. But that's how we're going to end it here tonight. SIUE, the Cougars, picking up their 3rd win of the year as the goaltender Brandon Rash waves goodbye to the students. And SIUE wins it here by a final of 4-1. This game was tied again, very similar to what we saw last Friday, a tie game after the second. Bradley Folters in the 3rd. That's how we end it.
Well, I think the big thing for the Braves, a lot of missed out. We talked about the penalties. They don't want to beat a dead horse there, but a lot of missed opportunities. They had the scoring chances, just couldn't cash in.
All right, we'll go down to ice side for Courtney White, who will give us her final thoughts. Courtney.
Tough loss for the Braves tonight. You know, they outshot SIUE. Unfortunately, I think it really came down here to the penalties. The Braves just had more penalties. They allowed 2 3-on-5s, which is where SIUE beat them. You know, they had some great offensive possession, you know, outshot SIUE, as I said earlier. Just a really tough loss overall. Now back up to you guys.
Thank you, Courtney. And she's right. This one's going to sting. You make a couple of mistakes that, you know, probably shouldn't have happened. And full credit to SIUE. They took advantage when they could, and they walk away victorious.
Yeah, I mean, the recipe for a road victory right there. Good goaltending. You capitalized on the Bradley mistakes, and, you know, it was avoidable. Honestly, besides the penalties of what we're getting at, I mean, you had the breakaway opportunity. Seth had one in the shot. He just couldn't get off. Another breakaway opportunity. There was a couple in the point blank in front of the net. They just couldn't get it elevated. So Braves had their chances. You just hope they get a little bit better puck luck tomorrow.
That game will be coming up at about 3:45 here at the Owens Center. We'll have it again here for you on the Bradley Hockey Network. But for now, we will say so long from the Owens Center. Again, SIUE victorious over the Bradley Braves tonight by a final of 4-1. For our entire crew, Megan Ruger-Smith behind the camera, Courtney White down at ice side, and you, Mitch Kaminski. I'm Matt Harrington saying so long from the Owens Center. Cougars win 4-1.